and it was to do with NFTs, and it's to do with impact NFTs.
There's always impact attached to every action that you do.
Okki, welcome back to Double Espresso Studios
Thank
for
you.
another session of Significant podcast
Yes.
by the Yak. And we're back because, one of the subjects we spoke about on the first podcast was an idea that you had and would already created called Purpose.
Yes,
And it was to do with NFTs, and it's to do with impact NFTs.
correct.
So can you now, 2 months down the line, give us another bit of insight into what was it and why you're doing it?
Okay. So it was August 2021 when 2 a.m. at night I was working on my things with Bali Investment Club, impact projects, and doing a little bit of a crypto trading and NFT flipping, right? And so this blockchain thing has been not bothering me, but I was like, how do we create something impactful using this blockchain technology that we have today? Because what I've seen so far, these people doing the crypto trading and NFT flipping or whatever that they're doing today, everything is mostly for self-enrichment.
Right.
Very rarely I see like an NFT project or a blockchain project that is purely for impact or social or environmental causes and things like that. So that night I got an idea to formulate a model on how do we leverage this technology for something good, for something that is impactful. So then I come up with the idea of Purpose. So what is Purpose? Purpose is a impact NFT marketplace or impact NFT initiative where when people buy the NFT, the proceed will go to benefit both the artists who create the NFT, but also social enterprise or NGOs that has social or environmental impact. So that's what we sort of created at that time.
Right. So the purpose of Purpose was to identify a charity organization or foundation
Yes.
that's looking to raise funds, because so many times you have to do these endless dinners and events that never really make an impact.
Yes.
Right? Because it's not an ongoing thing, right?
Yes.
So it's always quite complicated. So then you marry this charitable organization with an artist,
Exactly.
and between them, you create an NFT.
Yes. So it's sort of like a little bit like Tinder, where the artists, they have to like the mission of the NGO or the social enterprise, and the social enterprise or the NGO, they have to like the style of this artist. Right. So it has to go both ways, right? So when there's a match between the two, right now we're doing it manually, but later on in the future we're gonna do it sort of like semi-automatic. But when there's a match, then we create the NFT collection.
Right, so the charity gets together with the artist, they discuss what they'd like to do. That charity then gets to...
Correct.
These NFTs are created, and then through that charity, people can buy NFTs.
Yes, whether it's through that charity, whether it's through the channels of the artist, or Purpose also will promote the thing. We have our own marketplace, so it's going to be like a OpenSea sort of like marketplace. But all the NFT that is sold here, only impact NFTs. So we're not just selling any other NFT, but these are, when you buy the NFT at our marketplace, you will create an impact. When you buy it...
To a charitable organization.
To any of the charity that is
So
participating.
just before you race ahead, so basically NFTs are usually scarily expensive. So how are yours going to be different? Because some people don't want to give or don't have that much to give to a charity nowadays.
Okay, that's very good questions. Our NFT starts as low as $10 all the way up. So we have a $10 series, $100, $1,000, 10,000, 100,000, and $1,000,000. So if you're like a big billionaire and you want to support one of the charities that involved in our thing, you can buy the $1,000,000 NFT. But if you're just an average Joe, but you like the idea of any of the charity that we have and you want to participate, it's only $10.
Right.
So that's how we structure it, right?
So I could buy, my 5 godchildren an NFT each for birthdays and Christmas, and then they keep them and then they can sell them, or what do they do with them?
Yeah, I mean, we have some sort of like a gamification that we put onto the scheme that we have on this. Like, for example, we launched an NFT collection for Bye Bye Plastic Bag in June 5th.
Right, bye-bye plastic bags. Yes, and
which
Melati
is-
and
exactly, yeah.
Isabel, yes.
Exactly. So this is a Bali-based environmental related NGO or organizations here. So we launched 11,111 NFTs. And the total value of these 11,000 NFTs is about $500,000. So it consists of 10,000 of $10 NFT, 1,000 of $100 NFT, 100 of $1,000 NFT, 10 $10,000 NFT, and one $100,000 NFT.
Wow.
So it's like a
Stacked
so
pyramid
as
or
the
staggered,
price goes
staggered
up,
yeah.
the number of available NFT also goes down by the 10th.
Right.
So the value increased by the 10th, but the number of NFT also reduced by the 10th. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be selling. Not we're gonna be selling. We're selling the $10 NFT first.
Right.
The $10,000 $10 NFT. We're gonna sell it. So we already sold almost 2,000 by today.
Wow! Congratulations.
Since June, so
Fantastic,
it's been
fantastic.
very successful.
Fantastic.
So and then once we finish this $10 10,000 NFTs, then we're gonna release the $100.
Right.
So when the $100 is released on the primary market, the new guy who wants to buy, they have two options. They can buy the $100 on the primary market, or they can buy any of the guys who buys the $10 NFT. They can sell it for $50, for example.
Right.
So the new buyer have an option. They can buy the $100 on the primary market,
Right.
or a $50 on the secondary market.
Because the price would go up. Because obviously,
yeah.
right.
So the guy who buys at $10, he can sell it for $50.
Right.
So somebody, instead of buying $100, they buy the $50 one.
Right. And then with that $50, so the guy that bought it at 10 is now selling at 50. So he makes money?
Yes, he makes money, but on the $10 NFTs, there is a royalty that is about 50%. So if he sells it for $50, he will get $25, and the $25 will go back to the charity and the same distribution again.
And the artist.
And the artist.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So you make an impact when you buy,
Right.
and you make an impact when you sell.
Oh, that's an amazing idea.
So it's like
Right.
there's always impact attached to every action that you do.
And Bye Bye Plastic Bags specifically was the first NGO that you went
Yes.
to visit.
Yes.
But also they're quite huge because I think they've got, I don't know how many organizations in the world.
Yeah, they have like a couple of
270?
branches. Yeah, no, Bye Bye Plastic Bag also Melati and the team also has an organization called Utopia.
Right, Utopia.
Yeah, Utopia is sort of like an organization that empowers youth-led non-profit organizations or social enterprises. So they have about 300 members right now around the world. Yeah.
But I think also the Bye Bye Plastic Bags, there's one in Nepal, there's one in Australia.
Correct. They're around the world.
They are around the world. So are you
already.
going to be assisting them as well to launch a Bye Bye Plastic Sydney?
I mean, we're very open. I mean, right
Right.
now with Utopia, they have about 300 NGOs around the world
Right.
that participating in their
It's
program.
300 NGOs, so not,
Yeah.
remember, like NGO members, right? That's
Yes,
right,
yes.
that's quite substantial.
So it's a Utopia's member. They have about 300 social enterprise or initiative with environmental. I mean, there are so many different causes that they support, but the most important is they are youth-led, under 25 years old leaders.
Right.
So Melati is helping them and work together with them on how to elevate their mission and their effort in making some changes.
And then second charity that popped up to you. Who was
Second
that?
charity, we were approached by an organization called SOS Children's Village. It's a huge nonprofit organization out of Austria. They are operating in 136 countries. They've been in Indonesia for 50 years. So they are doing charity work for abandoned children. So they create villages with houses and parents. So these abandoned children can live there, and they have like they provide a family environment for the children. So they have operations from Aceh to Flores in Indonesia, and they're taking care right now about 8,000 children in Indonesia.
And they approached you. And
They approach us.
How yeah? What is the what's the kind of like the way that people can, if somebody else wanted to.
They heard about us,
Right.
so they connect to us, and it's like, hey, Pak Okki, we also would like to, any way you can help us doing the fundraising, because I think any nonprofit organization or charities organization, as you mentioned earlier in our previous discussion, is struggling every time they have to do fundraising, gala dinner, they prepare for 6 months, this auction, that auction, and they only raise so much, and it's only one time. So with this NFT exercise, we create a big volume, so a lot of people can participate, and we create because the volume is big, so the sales of this NFT will take about between 1 year to 3 year kind of time frame, depending on the size of your collection or the series that you take. Then it will give them sort of like a steady income of the sales every day, not every month, every day. So because once the sales is happening, at the same time you get your cut right away.
Right. Because
So
blockchain, of course.
yeah, through the blockchain,
Yeah.
it's very transparent, it's very open. Yeah.
Right. So then they're connected to you, the SOS.
Yeah,
charity?
SOS Children Village connected to us. And then at the same time, there is a batik artist, very popular batik artist. Her name is Era Sukamto. So I've known her also before, and I've talking about the NFT to her. And then suddenly she called me, "Hey, okay, I would like to get my batik launch in July 22nd. And it's going to be at the Apurva Kempinski, and I would like to get that NFT project that you mentioned going. Do you have NGO that I can participate in?" And I was like, wow, so
Perfect
perfect
timing,
combination.
timing
Because
good.
the batik concept that Mbak Era was launched was, it's called Adi Manungsa. That's about a whole human being. And what SOS Children Village is, they are building these children to become a whole human being, from becoming an abandoned children to become a whole human being. So that's kind of like
The way you like to bring
there
them
is like a
together,
relationship in the concept, and so I pitched the Batik collection NFT to SOS Children Village. They liked it, so I talked to Mbak Era also. How about the SOS Children Village as the thing? So I love that. So within less than 2 months, we work on 111,111 NFT collection. That is
So batik.
the batik, yeah.
So
The
this
batik.
must be the first NFT batik
Yeah,
ever.
it's the first
Batik
batik NFT in the world, right? And we create this collection worth about $6 million. So that's $100,000, $10, $10,000, $100 all the way. So the most expensive is about $1 million. So we are already starting to sell the $10 NFTs right now online. So it's been going on. We launched it last July, so it's like a little bit more than a month. We already sold 700 NFTs. So it's been going on.
I think it's going to build, and then it's going to reach that tipping point that
Yes,
it's just
correct.
going to
It's
take
just
over the
gonna
world.
roll, yeah.
So I think right. So if we talk about, so right now you've got 2 in action or 3 in.
We have 3 in action. We also launched on August 17th another collection for a foundation in Jakarta called Dana Didik. They provide scholarships and grants for medical related students, because in Indonesia the ratio between the population doctor to population ratio is one of the lowest in the world. because we have 270 million people
And very
only
expensive,
very
right?
exactly,
Super
and only a
expensive to get
handful of
medical,
doctors and
right.
nurses.
As I said, that somebody just doesn't always need to be like an environmental NGO.
No, no.
This
It
could be
could
an
be
educational.
education, health, and then we got like a, Sumatra Tiger Conservation Foundation, the orangutan projects in Borneo.
Right.
Could be anything, and it doesn't have to be in Indonesia. It could be anywhere in the world. Like some of the NGOs that we discuss with Utopias are also not based in Indonesia at all.
Right.
So.
Something to do. I know that Melati met quite a few people on her film.
Exactly.
The Bigger Than Us.
Exactly. We sponsored that
purposely.
film for the Indonesia tour.
Right. So
Yeah,
Bigger Than Us is a it's a heart-wrenching film, but it's also very inspiring film for exactly what Youthopia is doing by
doing.
inspiring
Exactly.
leaders, getting leaders together. So yes, if anyone can watch it, I'm not sure that it is on a link yet, but it's called Bigger Than Us.
That's right. That's the title of the movie. There's a trailer on YouTube about that movie.
Right.
So Purpose sponsored Bigger Than Us road shows and movie screenings all over Indonesia. Just finished a couple of weeks ago, and the idea is how we empower those change makers.
Right.
So I think Purpose can very well involved in empowering all these change makers around the world.
So I mean, very much like that, because Purpose also does benefit from the matching this NFT artists
Yes.
to the community.
Correct. Because we have our operations, we have our development team, and we have a team to manage. So we take also a cut from that NFT.
And as you said, you sponsored the Bigger Than Us tour
Exactly.
around Indonesia.
Exactly. So we're basically supporting each other just to make sure that everybody, how do I say, progressing in their own ways. As long as it's for the good cause, then I think we're up for it.
And then can activate as well, and activate, inspire. I think 'cause that's the part.
Exactly.
I think Melati is a very inspirational person. Plus
Exactly.
speaks English, speaks Dutch, speaks Indonesian, right? So
Yes,
she's
yes.
hugely inspirational. So I've never heard of really this NFT meets artist meets community organization.
Social enterprise.
So social enterprise. I mean, so this is. I mean, it's novel. Put it that way. It's groundbreaking, actually.
I would like to give credit to a good friend of mine. His name is Greg Eckstein. He's one of the parents in my daughter's school. He always told me, Okki, if you want to do something that is very unique. So it's a new category. Right. And excel in that new category. It could be anything, but nobody has done it, and then you push it, and then you become, and then you set a standard in that category.
So find the niche.
So find
the niche, cover the whole, and
exactly.
just do it to the best of your ability.
So I think I sort of like when I get this idea, it's like, oh, this is exactly like what Greg has been told me. Find a new category. So like. This is a new category, so I pushed it. So we've got a couple of angel investors backing us up at the moment, and we have a lot of supporters, also including you.
Right.
You've been introducing me to a lot of people, and everybody's very supportive on introducing our concept to whether it's an artist, whether it's a social enterprise or any initiative. Like last weekend, I was introduced by Robert to this CNN Hero finalist.
Right.
Janur, the plastic exchange
Janur,
in the food, right? So we have a breakfast in Canggu together with a couple of guys and somebody from the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, and at that meeting I also was introduced to Lucien from Tugu.
Yeah, Lucien.
And then we just one thing led to another, and said, okay, we're gonna set up an NFT initiative for plastic exchange using the NFT based on Tugu Hotel's artwork.
Beautiful, because I mean that's the museum hotel. It's the only
exactly.
When we talk niche, her father saw the niche museum hotel.
Exactly. So this is
very amazing thing.
Exactly. So it's a very great initiative that was instantly popped up during a morning discussion.
How beautiful!
Just like that,
So what do people do? Because we're going to have to wrap up now. But basically, because I know that you're flying out to Jakarta, always a busy man, right? Totally busy man. So what would I do? I would go to Instagram. I would go to Purpose NFT.
Our Instagram is @Purpose NFT, And our website is,
Okay, that's that one.
yes, correct.
Is that one, people? There we go.
And then our website is purpose.art. Yeah.
Purpose.art.
Yes.
And then what I would do, because maybe let's say I'm not on the block. I mean, maybe I don't have a wallet.
Oh, if you don't have an NFT wallet, you can buy our NFT with a credit card.
Right.
And we create on-the-fly wallet online on our website.
Right.
So, and then we send you the instruction going to your email, and then you can access it from there.
Right.
And then later on, if you want to sell your NFT in, let's say, another market like OpenSea or something, you can move it.
Right.
You can move the thing.
Right. So I mean, it's not as scary as most people think. That, oh my God, it's like, now I've got to go to OpenSea, start a wallet, have some Ethereum in there, put some block.
Oh no, it's super simple. It's a
Right.
it's a 1, 2, 3. Like if you have a credit card or debit card,
Right.
then you can participate.
Right. Because I think that's the
This
thing.
is not a donation, yeah.
Right.
It's a participation.
Right.
Because when you donate, the
You
money
don't-
is gone.
You don't usually get much back in return.
Exactly. This is you participate and then you purchase the NFT. The money goes to NGO and the artist,
Yeah.
and you get the NFT.
a tangible
Yeah.
recognition for your
Tangible
donation.
because it's virtual,
Yeah,
but it's
but
tangible,
tangible
right? Because
recognition,
thanks
yeah.
to blockchain,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then you can trade it later when the
Right.
price goes up.
Or you could just gift it to somebody else. Or
Exactly,
whatever.
it's up to you.
Right.
It's an asset.
Right.
Basically, it's a digital
I
asset.
think very important that people my age who don't really know much about OpenSea, although I do have a wallet, that that the transaction is made easy and clear, and,
Yes.
and there's clarity, so nobody needs to,
Correct.
because a lot of people do want to donate, but they're just not used to doing it in maybe a new way on the blockchain. But they also quite happy to do this more across seas. So now with Purpose NFT, my mother, I could say, bye plastic bags.
Exactly.
So I could recommend charities to my friends, because as
Exactly.
you said, yours is a niche one, so nobody kind of gets to do what you're being able to do right now. So
We're gonna launch once a month for the next 6 months. We're gonna launch new projects and new initiative every month, and then starting next year, we're gonna do twice a month. So every 2 weeks, we're gonna launch a new collection.
Wow.
And by end of next year, I think every week we're gonna launch, because we have like hundreds of NGOs,
right.
that would
And artists, right?
and artists as well. So
and then just to round up the conversation, tell me, how much is the annual donation of people giving to charities?
okay, right now the donation market is about $800 billion per year. 450 is coming from the US, and the rest is coming from Europe and Asia.
Right, and that's tax,
That's the market that
Right.
I'm aiming. Yeah.
and tax deductible. That's a lot.
If you are a US-based or Europe-based NGOs, yes, it's going to be the tax deductible.
Right.
Because we can also sell it through the NGO's website, because it's going to be their revenue, some
right,
sort
right,
of
right.
yeah.
So then the donation goes straight in there, and therefore it's tax deductible.
Correct.
Wow, that's an amazing looking market, I've got to say,
Yes,
Okki.
yes.
Beautiful product.
Thank you so much.
Very
and
niche.
Thank you for your support as
Very
well.
niche indeed. And yes, Purpose. I mean,
Yes.
Purpose NFT, perfect.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing more and buying some.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.